Hi guys! Today I'm gonna show you a super quick way to create a pumpkin and a ghost in Blender. So let's start with the pumpkin. I press Shift A and I create a simple sphere. But here, in the properties, I choose 33 segments. Okay, now I press the Tab button to enter edit mode and 7 to go into the top view. And then I go into X-ray view by pressing Alt-Z or clicking here. Okay, now what you have to do is select these edge loops here. Okay. And skip 2 edge loops in the middle, like this. Okay. And now we can, with the proportional editing enabled, we can scale them toward the inside of the sphere, like this. Okay. And now the last thing to do is to press Ctrl B to activate the bevel. And I think that something like this is okay for me. Okay, now you can click with the right mouse button and choose Shades mode. And it's also time to assign a subdivision surface modifier to our pumpkin. Great! Now the last thing to do is to shape this sphere until it has the real shape of a pumpkin. So basically you just have to select this face up here, and with proportional editing enabled, let's just move it down like this, because the upper part of a pumpkin is always a little squished like this. And you can also do it here with the bottom, like this. Okay. Now let's go back to this face here. I'm gonna press I. And now I'm gonna press E to extrude. Oops, no. Now we have to deactivate the proportional editing. Okay. You can also use Ctrl R to add another edge loop and move it around like this. Now I'm gonna add another face here, pressing I to activate inset, and I'm gonna move it forward like this. Let's see how it looks like. Really cool. I'm gonna add another edge loop here to make this part more sharp. Okay, now the last thing to do is the face of our pumpkin. So I take it and I rotate it slightly like this. And now in edit mode I select these faces here and here, like this, and I delete them. And now I just move the vertices as I want to make the eyes more scary. It doesn't have to be symmetrical. You can do whatever you want as long as it looks like the face of a scary pumpkin. Okay, now I'm gonna add a solidify modifier here. I'm gonna move it to first and increase the thickness like this. Also, let's increase the levels of the subdivision. Okay. Okay, for now I really like it, and now we just have to create the mouth. So I use the knife tool, I press K on the keyboard, and I think I'm gonna start from here, but first of all I think I'm gonna hide the subdivision, because like this it's easier to use this tool. And okay, now I select the knife tool again by pressing K, and basically what I'm gonna do is draw a scary mouth here. Something like this. Now we just have to remove these faces here, delete them, and now, as we did before, we just play with the vertex until they look more scary. Okay, our pumpkin is completed, and we can leave it for now and start creating our ghost. So for the ghost, I decided to use a curve. So we press Shift A and we choose a path curve. We bring it up and rotate it on the y-axis. And we are gonna create a ghost that is sitting on our pumpkin. So you can manipulate a curve by pressing Tab and moving the vertices like this, with or without proportional editing. And in case you need to add more vertices, you can just select two vertices, go here and choose Subdivide, and immediately it creates a new vertex. You can also extrude your vertices by pressing E, like this. Now, with the curve selected, let's go here in the Object Data Properties, and in Geometry, let's increase the depth. Okay. Now you can scale the vertices by pressing Alt S. I'm gonna use Alt 1, but it's just because I changed my shortcuts. The correct shortcut is Alt S. Now I want the ending, I want the bottom part of the ghost to be really thin. So I start scaling my vertices like this. Okay, I'm satisfied with this shape, so we can convert it into a real geometry. But first of all, we're gonna reduce the quality of this curve so we don't end up having too many vertices. Here I'm gonna choose 4, and down here I'm gonna choose 2. Okay, and now with our curve selected, we go here in Object and we select Convert Mesh. And as you can see, we have our mesh. It's not too high poly, and we can assign it a subdivision surface modifier to make it smooth again. Okay. Now, first of all, we have to close it, so we select all these faces up here and we press F. And then we press I to make an inset like this. Now you can just edit your ghost like every other 3D model. So we can decide to move some vertices like this. Okay, now you can leave your ghost like this, or you can add more details. For example, you can extrude the upper part of the head. And we can also extrude some faces here to create a sort of arms. Like, for example, I select this face here, I rotate it just a little, and then I press E to extrude and see what it happens. I'm gonna extrude again. I find it real cute. I find it really cute, so I think I'm gonna use these arms that I created. And I add another one here, of course. You can also use the sculpt tools here to help you with the shape and to help you modify your geometry. But it's easier if you enable the wireframe so you can actually see what you're doing to your vertices. Remember that you just have to press F to reduce or make bigger your brush. And here is the strength of the brush. I usually use the smooth and the grab tool. I think I'm gonna add a pumpkin here also on the top of the ghost head, like this, like a sort of hat. I think it's very cute. And now we just have to add the eyes. So let's use a simple sphere. I'm gonna scale it on the y-axis and on the z-axis like this. And then I'm gonna place it on my character. I'm gonna add a simple deform modifier to this eye because I want it to curve like this, to follow the curve of the body. So I choose bend, and I'm gonna bend it like this. And now I'm gonna add a subdivision modifier to reduce that weird effect that you've seen before. Let's duplicate the eye with Shift D. Now for the mouth, I'm gonna press Shift A and I'm gonna add a circle. Let's bring it forward, scale it a lot. Now in edit mode, as you can see, for now it's empty, but if you select all the vertices with A and you press F, now you have a face. Now let's press I a few times, like this. Now we can scale it on the x-axis, so SX. And we can rotate it and place it here where we want our screaming mouth to be. I think I want it a little smaller. Okay. Now we're gonna use the shrink wrap modifier. So I select my circle, I go here, and I choose shrink wrap. Here, as a target, we can choose our ghost, of course. But as you can see, something very weird happens. How do we fix it? We just add a solidify modifier. And if we increase the thickness like this, our mouth now is visible outside the body of our character. Now, as always, let's choose Shades mode. Okay. As you can see, now you can move your mouth wherever you want, and it's always gonna follow the shape of the ghost. Okay guys, this is the final look of our ghost. Let's see it rendered. Super cute and spooky. Now I'm gonna show you how I created the materials and all the lights that I used to illuminate this scene. So basically, as always, I added a sun up here with this strength and this angle. Then I used two area lights, one here on the front and one here on the back with the strong power and the green color to make the scene more scary and spooky. I also used many point lights with a very strong power and a warm color in some specific points to illuminate my character. For example, here the eyes of the pumpkin, or up here the side of the ghost and the head. And I used different colors to create different effects on my mesh. And now I'm gonna show you all the materials. They are really very simple, all of them. Let's start with the body of the ghost. For the body, I just used 2 nodes. As you can see, we are here in the shading viewport, okay? And this is my material, and these are the nodes that I used. In case you are wondering how to create a new node in Blender, you just press Shift A and you search the node that you need here. For example, a mix shader. So this is the basic principle BSDF with a white color, and I mixed it with this factor of 0.5 with an emission node. So we have this cartoon style that I like really much. For the eyes and the mouth, I used a simple emission node and with strength 1. To create this point light here, I just selected 2 faces in the eye and I assigned a white material to them. Now for the pumpkin, the orange part is just a principal BSDF with this color code, a little subsurface. I added this color orange but a little darker for the subsurface, and then a little specularity and roughness. Also, I wanted the inside of the pumpkin to be very illuminated, so I put inside my pumpkin these 3 spheres, okay? And to these spheres I assigned a material here that is just an emission node with 6 points of strength and this color code. And then I just put them like this to illuminate the inside. And then I just selected these parts here and assigned a green material. This scene can be rendered both in Eevee or in cycles. And these are my render parameters. Okay guys, so this is it. This will be the last Halloween tutorial for this year, I think. And I hope you enjoyed making all these spooky tutorials with me. And in case you did, and in case you enjoyed this video, please subscribe to my channel. Even this cute little ghost asks you to subscribe because it really helps me to go on with this project. In case you have any questions, please ask me in the comment sections. And if you recreate this ghost, please tag me because I love to see your art and to share it on my pages. And we are gonna see each other again in the next tutorial. Bye!